A very warm welcome to the following video. Students, in the last video we discussed scarcity of water and its reasons. In this video, we will learn about its impacts on human lives. Students, agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops and raising livestock. It includes the preparation of plant and animal products for people to use and their distribution to markets. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. Cotton, wool and leather are all agricultural products. Agriculture also provides wood for construction and paper products. These products, as well as the agricultural methods used, may vary from one part of the world to another. Students, over centuries, the growth of agriculture contributed to the rise of civilization. Before agriculture became widespread, people spent most of their lives searching for food, hunting wild animals and gathering wild plants. About 11,500 years ago, people gradually learned how to grow cereal and root crops and settled down to a life based on farming. By 2000 years ago, much of the Earth's population had become dependent on agriculture. Scholars are not sure why this shift to farming took place, but it may have occurred because of the climate change. Students, agriculture enabled people to produce surplus food. They could use this extra food when crops failed or trade it for other goods. Food surpluses allowed people to work at other tasks unrelated to farming. Agriculture kept formerly nomadic people near their fields and led to the development of permanent villages. These became linked through trade. New economies were so successful in some areas that cities grew and civilization developed. The earliest civilizations based on intensive agriculture arose near the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in Mesopotamia, now Iraq and Iran, and along the Nile River in Egypt. India is an agriculturally important country. 2/3 of its population is engaged in agricultural activities. Agriculture is a primary activity which produces most of the food that we consume. Indian agriculture began by 9000 BCE in northwest India as a result of the early cultivation of plants and domestication of crops and animals. Indian subcontinent agriculture was the largest producer of wheat and grain. The settled life soon followed, with implements and techniques being developed for agriculture. Double monsoon led to 2 harvests being reaped in 1 year. Indian products soon reached the world via existing trading networks and foreign crops were introduced to India. Plants and animals, considered essential to their survival by the Indians, came to be worshipped and venerated. With a population of more than 1.3 billion, India is the second most populous country. India is the world's largest producer of milk, pulses and jute, and ranks as the second largest producer of rice, wheat, sugarcane, groundnut, vegetables, fruits and cotton. It is also one of the leading producers of spices, fish, poultry, livestock and plantation crops. Worth $2.1 trillion, India is the world's third largest economy after the US and China. The majority of India's working population depend on agricultural activities to pursue their livelihood. In 2011, about 58% of India's working population was engaged in agriculture and it contributed 17 to 18% of India's GDP. In 2016, agriculture and allied sectors like animal husbandry, forestry and fisheries accounted for 15.4% of the GDP, which is gross domestic product, with about 41.49% of the workforce in 2020. India ranks as the first in the world with the highest net cropped area, followed by US and China. The economic contribution of agriculture to India's GDP is steadily declining with the country's broad-based economic growth. Still, agriculture is demographically the broadest economic sector and plays a significant role in the overall socio-economic fabric of India. Students, in this video we learned about agriculture and its history. We also learned about dependence on agriculture. In the next video, we will study about different types of farming. Till then, it's time for me to say goodbye. Stay fit, stay healthy.